What would your life look like if you had a clear roadmap for your money at every income level? Knowing exactly what to do with your cash, whether you're making $40,000, $75,000, or over $100,000 a year. Today, we're going to break down that code for you, no matter what your income is. We've got insider strategies you need to level up your financial game. These aren't just any strategies. They're the best-kept secrets of financial gurus, tailored specifically for your income bracket. You might be thinking, sure, but I've heard this all before. Trust me, you haven't. But here's the real question. Are you ready to take control of your finances? Because once you hear these strategies, there's no going back. You'll see money in a whole new light, and you'll have the tools to make it work for you, not against you. Welcome to MoneyWise Investor, your trusted source for financial information. This video isn't just about giving you information, it's about giving you a blueprint for action. Ready to discover the best financial strategies for your income? Let's dive in. Alright, let's talk about making the most of a $40,000 salary. This income level can be tough, but it's not impossible to make real progress. You're probably wondering, how can I get ahead when I'm just trying to make ends meet? Well, you're about to find out. We're going to cover 3 key areas that can totally change your financial game. First up is eliminating consumer debt. If you're carrying high-interest debt, it's like trying to climb a mountain with a boulder on your back. It's holding you back and making every financial move harder than it needs to be. So, what's the move here? Eliminate that high-interest debt. Why? Because it's costing you more than you realize. Let's break it down. Say you've got $5,000 in credit card debt with an 18% interest rate. If you're only making minimum payments, it could take you over 30 years to pay it off, and you'd end up paying more than $12,000 in interest alone. That's like setting your money on fire. So, how do you tackle this debt monster? Start with the debt avalanche method. List all your debts, focus on the one with the highest interest rate, and throw every extra dollar you can at it. Meanwhile, make minimum payments on the others. Once that high-interest debt is gone, move to the next highest. It's like a snowball rolling downhill, picking up speed as it goes. But what if you're struggling to find extra cash to pay off debt? This brings us to our next strategy. Setting up a rock-solid financial foundation. First things first, you need an emergency fund. Why? Because life happens. Your car breaks down, your roof starts leaking, or you lose your job. Without an emergency fund, you're one crisis away from more debt. Aim to save at least $1,000 to start. It might seem impossible, but let's break it down. If you save just $20 a week, you'll have $1,000 in a year. That's less than $3 a day. The cost of a fancy coffee. Once you've got your starter emergency fund, it's time to master the art of budgeting. A budget is your roadmap to financial freedom. It's not about restricting yourself. It's about understanding where your money's going and making it work for you. Try the 50-30-20 rule. Allocate 50% of your income to needs, like rent and groceries, 30% to wants, like entertainment, and 20% to savings and debt repayment. On a $40,000 salary, that's about $1,670 for needs, $1,000 for wants, and $670 for savings and debt each month. Seems doable, right? But what if it's still tight? This is where our third strategy comes in, finding ways to make extra money. In today's gig economy, side hustles are everywhere. Could you drive for a rideshare service a few hours a week? Or maybe you've got a skill you could freelance. Writing, graphic design, or web development perhaps. Even an extra $100 a week could make a huge difference. That's $5,200 a year, enough to supercharge your debt repayment or build that emergency fund faster. Remember, at this income level, every dollar counts. But with these strategies, you're setting yourself up for success. Alright, let's level up. You're pulling in $75,000 a year. Not too shabby. But are you making the most of it? Let's dive into some strategies that'll help you transform that good income into great wealth. First up, budgeting. Yeah, we know, we talked about this for the $40,000 crowd too. But at this income level, it's not just about making ends meet. It's about maximizing every dollar. A solid budget isn't just for those struggling to make ends meet. It's the foundation for all smart financial decisions, no matter how much you're making. At $75,000, you got more wiggle room. But that also means more opportunities to overspend without realizing it. So let's get specific. Have you heard of zero-based budgeting? It's like giving every dollar a job. Here's how it works. Start with your monthly income after taxes. Let's say it's about $4,700. Now allocate every single dollar to a category. Maybe it looks something like this. Housing $1,400. Transportation $500. Groceries $400. Utilities $300. Insurance $200. Savings $1,000. Debt repayment $500. Entertainment $400. See how that adds up to exactly $4,700? That's the point. Every dollar has a purpose, but you need to track your spending to make sure you're sticking to it. Now, on to our second strategy, tracking your net worth. Why is this important? Because your net worth gives you the big picture of your financial health. So what exactly is net worth? Simple. It's everything you own or assets minus everything you owe or liabilities. Assets include things like your savings, investments, and the value of your car or home if you own one. Liabilities are your debts, student loans, credit card balances, mortgage, etc. Let's say you've got $10,000 in savings, $30,000 in your 401k, a car worth $15,000, student loans of $20,000, credit card debt of $5,000. Your net worth would be $30,000, $55,000 in assets, minus $25,000 in liabilities. But here's the real power. Track this over time and watch it grow as you pay down debt and increase your savings. It's incredibly motivating. Speaking of savings, let's talk about our third strategy, targeting a savings rate for retirement. At $75,000, you've got a real opportunity to set yourself up for a comfortable future. The general rule of thumb is to save 15% of your income for retirement. On $75,000, that's $11,250,000 a year, or about $940 a month. Sounds like a lot? Let's break it down. First, if your employer offers a 401k match, take full advantage of it. It's free money. Let's say they match 3% of your salary. That's $2,250 a year right there. Next, max out a Roth IRA if you can. The current limit is $6,000 a year. That's another $500 a month. Between these two, you're already at $8,250 a year. To hit that 15% target, you'd need to put another $250 a month into your 401k, or a taxable investment account. Before thinking that's a lot to save, remember that you're not just saving, you're investing in your future self. And thanks to the magic of compound interest, starting early can make a huge difference. Now let's move on to the $100,000 plus crowd. If you're making this kind of money, congratulations. But remember, with great income comes great responsibility. The biggest threat at this income level? Lifestyle inflation. It's tempting to upgrade your lifestyle as your income grows. New car, bigger house, fancier vacations. But the truth is that the more you spend, the less you have to invest in your future. So how do you fight this? It's all about mindset. Next time you get a raise or a bonus, pretend it didn't happen. Seriously. Keep living as you were before. And instead, put that extra money towards your financial goals. This brings us to our second strategy, targeting financial independence. At $100,000 plus, you've got a real shot at achieving this sooner than most. But what exactly is financial independence? Simply put, it's the point at which your investments generate enough income to cover your living expenses. You're no longer reliant on a paycheck. Sounds pretty sweet, right? So how do you get there? It all comes down to your savings rate. The more you save and invest, the faster you'll reach financial independence. Let's run some numbers. Say your annual expenses are $60,000. Using the 4% rule, a common rule of thumb in retirement planning, you'd need about $1.5 million invested to generate $60,000 a year indefinitely. Now, if you're saving 20% of your $100,000 income, $20,000 a year, and earning a 7% return on your investments, it would take about 23 years to reach $1.5 million. But bump that savings rate up to 40%, or $40,000 a year, and you could hit your target in just 15 years. This is where avoiding lifestyle inflation pays off. The less you spend, the less you need to save for financial independence, and the faster you can get there. At this income level, you've got more capacity to take on risk in pursuit of higher returns. Don't get it all wrong. This doesn't mean gambling your money on the latest meme stock. It means creating a diversified portfolio that includes a mix of assets. With a $100,000 plus income, you might have access to a financial advisor who can help you create a tailored investment strategy. But even if you're going it alone, there's no excuse for not educating yourself. Read books, listen to podcasts, take online courses. The more you know, the better equipped you'll be to make smart investment decisions. Remember, personal finance is just that. Personal. What works for one person might not work for another. The key is to take these strategies and adapt them to your unique situation. If this video helped you see money in a new light, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs to hear this. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on any of our future videos. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay MoneyWise.